So I took my sew-in out after only having it in for a week. I know, crazy, but let me explain. So the biggest issue was the hair that I got ended up being terrible. It was tangled and matted. Didn't matter if I combed it, brushed it, used my fingers. It was tangled and matted all the time, all over my head. I couldn't deal with it anymore.
So choosing the right hair is super imperative because this is the hair you're gonna be wearing every day. You don't just take this hair off. You definitely have to get some high quality hair. Some good raw bundles, good that have from someone that has good reviews and you can see and you can feel in person and everything like that.
Number 2, I worked really hard going from relaxed to natural hair, and I just didn't think it was worth risking damaging my curls. I was working out a lot as well, and so my leave out was poofy and not matching the hair. And the few times I used my flat iron, I was just like, I'm not feeling this. It's not worth risking damaging my leave out because I really like my curly hair. So that was another reason.
With the leave out, it is hard for a lot of naturals to maintain, which is why I added the flip over methods, the lace closure methods, and the magic part method to help minimize and eliminate damage, really. Especially with the magic part, there's no leave out, there's no glue, there's no lace, there's nothing you have to worry about. All you need to worry about is keeping your hair detangled, and you basically get to live your life, use that extra time that you would have spent dealing with your leave out on your real life, okay? Yeah.
And then the third reason, I forgot how much work it is to wash a sew-in at home. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. You gotta wash your leave out, the bundles, and then the braids underneath, and then you're trying to get the braids dry. They take forever to dry. I washed my hair on Tuesday. I ended up going to bed with wet braids, which is crazy, but that should just show you how over it I was. And so all those things combined, it just wasn't working for me. I really wanted to wear my curly hair, be able to be in my scalp, and maybe
if you do decide not to come in the salon, which coming in the salon is 100% times better. But if you do decide to shampoo your sew-in at home, you definitely need to make sure you are getting on your whole head, using the correct shampoo, using the scalp soother to get in there, get that dead skin cells out, get all that dirt out, and make sure you rinse really good. Make sure you are using conditioner. That is a game changer. And make sure you are using one of those hooded dryers, or you can use your blow dryer. You have to make sure your foundation is completely dry. I usually do around 45 minutes to an hour, but with that blow dryer, you might have to do way longer. So it just depends. Going to the salon is 100% times better because we're able to make sure you're using the correct products and setting you under the dryer and making sure your foundation is completely dried. Stay partnered with your hairstylist. You are able to make the sew-in, install, wearing it, the whole experience seamless and easy and carefree. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be stressful at all for you. So also going and choosing a stylist that does consultations helps a lot because a lot of this could have been completely avoided, and having an open line of communication with your stylist is super important because all the problems that you had could have been, solved just by asking her and going back to the salon. But yes, definitely choose a hairstylist that has an open line of communication and does consultations so you know what to expect when wearing your sew-in. You should be going through all of that and making sure that it matches your lifestyle. I would say you have more access with your scalp when wearing a sew-in compared to a wig install. And that's why I like the sew-ins better, because with the wig installs, a lot of the time, a lot of people like to take them on and off, and that can cause friction. With the sew-in, it stays on, it stays in place. So that's a pro that I like about the sew-in.
I'll try another day, maybe I won't, but I just don't think that the sew-in is for me right now. And that's why I took it out after only 1 week.
Because it's crazy to me how people still think that all sew-ins are created equal. They are not. Everyone does not know how to do sew-in. Sew-in is not an easy thing you just pick up overnight. It takes years to perfect, and you definitely have to make sure you don't poke anybody, because if you do, that can cause an open sore and cause bleeding and also cause alopecia. And you have to make sure you don't braid tight and you don't sew tight, because that can also cause traction alopecia, and you definitely don't want that. So definitely pick your stylist wisely. It is hard to see how they do everything on their social media because a lot of people don't show that process. But yes, definitely be cautious.